Welcome everybody to this Memorial Day 2019 edition of the Grumpy Vlogger Live Show. Let me just get right to it and bring in my co-host. Let me bring him over here. Let's make sure we've got his audio. We got your audio, Mel? No? Why do we not have your audio? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Why is
Okay,
your
I bet it works now.
Okay, yeah. You forgot to turn it on your side, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me raise that
Well,
up.
I had to make a new input,
Oh, okay. All right.
but because I was expecting it, I was ready for it.
Thank you, Nature's Beauty. Yeah, I just wanted to open up this show just a little bit different than I usually do. And because we got a lot going on. Mel, what's going on in your life today?
Oh, not a whole lot. We went out and flew a little bit today and had a little fun. And Keith, um, Provost Drone Solutions, he's my pilot that I'm working with. I sent him a link to come in and
And he is
watch your
here.
show tonight.
Welcome. Welcome, Keith. Uh,
And
I heard him in the
I
truck
told
last
you
night, right?
yesterday, what's that?
He was riding with you in the truck yesterday, right? And that's who I spoke to?
Yeah, on
Yeah,
our
yeah.
way back from Treasure
Right,
Island.
right.
And he had bought the Mantis Q. Remember I told you that?
Yes, yes.
Well, today he bought two drones. He took the Mantis Q back, and he bought the Mavic Air Fly More,
Cool.
and
Sweet.
he bought a Phantom 4 Pro.
Oh, awesome. Must be nice.
Yeah,
He's going to love.
yeah.
Has he not flown any of these before? The smaller ones? He's probably flown, I mean, because he flies the bigger ones, obviously.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think
Well,
he has.
well he's going to love that. Of course, you know, I've got the Mavic Air with the Flymore pack, and mine is charged and
Yeah,
ready to
so do
go
I.
to go take some great flood footage. The problem is we got 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds all the time. I'm not flying in that weather. It's
Yeah,
every
not
time
with
I
a
think,
Mavic.
yeah, every time I think I'm going to get ready to do it, I look out and the trees are doing this number. So, uh, yeah, and it's just been crazy today. Last night was the first night in a week we didn't have thunderstorm warnings going off. I am so
Oh
friggin'
yeah.
tired of this weather. Yeah, and we got another round starting again tonight, and the next 3 days. They have said we're under a flood warning for the to be announced is when it'll end.
Oh, the ending
Yeah,
will be
yeah,
announced.
yeah. Well, when the warnings
It's
are
like
over,
when the water quits coming, we know the flood's over. You
yeah,
dipshit.
pretty much, yeah.
You know?
Well, the National
Yeah.
Weather Service has basically said, yeah, this will extend until to be announced. Just like God. With that said, I know
Yep.
everybody has been asking about the yeah, the batfish. There we go. Thanks. Hey, let's do a little housekeeping first. Let's say hi to
Let's
everybody.
get some house cleaning done.
Yeah,
Ari drone shots. Jody, you got Ari in there. Rick Halliber, Bob Casey, Phantom Hodges drone. Of course, Keith with Provost Drone Solutions. Sonia with Nature's Beauty. Hello there, dear.
I was
Um.
glad to see her.
Oh, and absolutely. And uh. Oh, that other guy, the Arkansas guy, Roosevelt. You know I'm
Roosevelt,
just
Mr.
joshing with you,
President.
brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's up in the house. And let's see who else we got up in there. I'm looking up in the list. That looks
He
about
lives.
like it. Oh, no, I see Dan, Coast to Coast Drone. No, that's Thomas, Coast to Coast Drones is in there.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
he
yeah,
was.
yeah. No, that's Bill. Bill Thomas. Coast to
That's
Coast
what I
Drones.
said. Bill
Oh,
Thomas,
Bill
coast to
Thomas.
coast.
Okay. Yeah. And we got
First I
Phantom
said
Hodge
Dan,
Drone.
then I said,
Yeah.
no, it's Bill Thomas.
Right, right. We got Bob Casey, Phantom Hodge Drones, and of course Provost Drone Solutions. Nice seeing you here. And naturally Sonia. Ari, all of you guys. Jody, yes, I didn't get to say hi to you in the chat. But, let me put this little, let me activate that. There we go. I learned how
Lauren
to activate
Dronar.
that, where I can turn it on and off. So,
Oh, your
yeah,
your
that's the
chat
chat
Gizzy
thing. Yeah,
Wapper.
it's called a grumpy chat. You notice down there
Ricky
it
Dove.
says, yeah, yeah. Ricky Dove, yeah.
Yeah. In other words, Gizzy Wapper. Yeah.
Lauren from Canada,
And Bill
yes.
Thomas says he's still here. So
Okay, good, good, good. Yes, welcome, Lauren Dunner from Canada. Got a lot of Canadian friends, you know. I got a lot of Australian friends too. It's just, man, this is just a fantastic turnout, especially considering it's a holiday. But let's see, Art goes in, yeah,
you wouldn't know it out here. We worked.
yeah. Well, around here it's
And
not
by
a
the way,
holiday.
that was a very nice way to open the show with taps. I appreciate that.
I knew you would. I knew you would. It's just one of
Thank you.
those things, yeah. And my hat's off to all the veterans, and we always want to remember the ones who didn't come home. That's what today
That's
Memorial Day
right.
is about. It actually
That's
started
right. The ones
in
that didn't come home.
This started in 1866. There's been some controversy about it, but they've got the proof now. But it started in 1865, right after was it Charleston? I think it was Charleston. Right after the Confederacy fell there and they ran out, they had a racetrack there that they had put the prisoners, the Union prisoners in, and 200 of them died. And rather than got caught with the dead bodies just laying around, they did a mass grave. And then they took out. And I see Michael is here too. Young Michael's in. Good. Anyways, the Confederates left and left the prisoners on their own, but they dug a mass grave and just buried the 260. And so the freed slaves stayed behind, and they dug up all of these people and put them in a cemetery, and then they put up a sign that says "Martyrs of the Racetrack," and they all these kids carried signs, and that was the first official, well, non-official, but the first known Memorial Day parade. You know, these children up,
Oh, okay.
and they carried flowers to the cemetery and laid flowers on the graves of these 260 some odd Union soldiers that had died as POWs in the War of Attrition, or the War between the states, or the Civil War, depending on where
Yep.
you're from.
Yep. Yep.
Let's
Yep.
cover everybody
And
here.
there's that other feller from the land down under, that troublemaking guy, Oz by drone, known as Greg Coonert. He's in this stream there.
Yeah, well, he was my backup in case you didn't make it.
That's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, well, you know, and I know what you did. I said, I'm going live in 2, and you sat there until after the timer was on and waited, knowing that I was going to sit here, and you did me, and you paid me back for last night. I know. Well done, my friend.
Just made you wonder, right?
Oh, I knew
At
what you were.
least I didn't forget.
No, you
At
didn't.
least I didn't forget. And at least I was ready when showtime came.
Yes,
I
you were.
was,
Yeah.
other than having to reset my audio input.
Yeah, well,
But,
yeah, that happens all the time
whereas
with this
you
stuff.
just blew me off,
I know.
you just totally forgot about my show and
Yeah, well,
just, out playing with your other friends. So, yeah.
no, unfortunately, it
Uh,
wasn't Mel in the
and there's
simulator.
Claude. Hello,
It
Claude.
was
Welcome.
me. I was Claude
It
in
was
here. Hey,
Lloyd in the
Claude. Yeah,
simulator.
I was I was flying with Oz by drone in a simulator, and I, I forgot it was Sunday. These days have just been blending into each
And
other.
I
That's no
and I called
excuse.
him up and I said, you know, the show starts in 30 seconds, and he was like, "Oh crap, I forgot. Hang on, I'm flying a simulator with Greg." And so he leaves Greg hanging, and Greg's on autopilot in the simulator, can't figure out how to shut autopilot off. So the whole time my show's running, Greg's flying around Australia in a simulator because he can't shut off the autopilot. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I was bad.
talk about a couple of monkeys, but never mind.
No, Mel was tonight to get back at you. Yeah, Mel was in a simulator tonight to get back at me. Oh,
No,
it was.
actually, we were coming in late because after we got done working, then we went to Best Buy and helped Keith spend some money.
Spend some money.
Then we
Yeah.
went to yeah, because he bought the Mavic Air over there at Best Buy, and uh, prior to that, he bought the Phantom 4 Pro. Then we went to Best Buy and he spent more money on the Mavic Air. Then we went to Panera Bread for lunch, and then we goofed off and well, you know, we pulled in the back of the hotel here, and I was coming up the elevator at 10 minutes to. So I started the coffee, I started the laptop, I went back down, and I thought I got just enough time to go smoke half a cigarette. And that's why I came in while your intro was playing, because it took me 10 minutes to get everything done and have a cigarette before you started your show.
I'll just run to Jody real quick. I was telling how he got his name and about his uncle. Yeah, a lot of people think it's all about the hot dogs and hamburgers, and although I would have liked to have had some, yeah, coast to coast drones. Yeah, he's had watermelon, hot dogs, hamburgers, and he's a full happy puppy tonight. Me, just I'll have some leftover Mexican food, uh, but
Well,
yeah.
that's an interesting story that Jody just told about his uncle being gassed in the war as you let out a fart.
That was not sorry, Jody. Oh my God. I was thinking of the Mexican food and you started
You
reading
know,
about what he said.
Lloyd,
I apologize, Jody. That was in no way intended to correspond. Oh my God. Oh, hey, Mel.
oh
Here,
my.
you just take over the show for a minute, okay? While
Well, so anyway,
I'm dying of embarrassment
Jody,
here.
that's really cool, that story you told up there. I can't believe that Lloyd pushed a button about the time I started reading it when your uncle was gassed. But
Oh,
anyway,
I'm
um,
so sorry.
that's quite the story. And see, he turns it over to me, but does he mute his mic? No, he's still sitting back there laughing in the background. See, there now he mutes his mic after I mention it. But poor Lloyd, you know. If it wasn't for Screw Up, Lloyd wouldn't have nothing to do sometimes. And that's the God's honest truth. And he'll admit that to you. Um, so you're coming in for another landing, Greg, so you learned how to cut off the autopilot, did you? Well, that's a good thing because you can't always fly on autopilot. In fact, you're learning. You shouldn't use autopilot at all. You ought to be flying that damn thing. Anyway,
I think I got myself
uh,
under control. That was just so bad.
are you composed again,
No,
Lloyd?
I'm not, but I'm trying.
Well,
Jody,
well, let me help you out because while you were cut off there, I said, you know, sometimes if it wasn't for screwing up, Lloyd wouldn't have nothing else to do.
oh,
You know,
you're absolutely true. That's absolute truth. Oh my God. Oh, that's
but
that.
anyway, see now my big iPad's down in my pickup, so I can't even play music or play sounds now. You know, so that ain't fair.
Yeah,
But anyway,
that was really ill timed. I was thinking about I was saying that talking about the hot dogs and the hamburgers and all that good food, and I was going to have leftover Mexican food, and that's why I did that. And then you
yeah,
started talking about Jody's uncle getting gassed, and it was just bad timing. It just this is what
yeah,
happens when you
I'm
don't use a
surprised
damn
that
script.
I'm surprised that Jody even stayed in the chat. You know, I'd have thought that he would have.
I know
You
it's
know,
just. Well, you guys all know how. Well, first off, I'm a screw up, like you
Ari's
said.
leaving. Ari, why are you
Ari, why are
leaving?
you leaving?
You, yeah. But anyway,
Now he says, now we know what I did in this service, chemical weapons. Yeah. Bye. He goes, nope. Who's leaving? Where'd you
I
see
don't
that
know
on?
what he's saying bye for. I don't know.
Okay. Well, hopefully he stays. Other than the fact he's laying in bed and it's the middle of the night there, but no, it's not. It's
No,
morning
it's
there.
not. It's
Yeah.
morning. It's
Because I
morning
was just
time
talking
there.
to Greg earlier on the phone. He did learn how to land that plane. He did finally make it back, and but oh god, that was terrible. That was terrible. All right, moving right along to something more fun. Let me make sure I get your audio turned on. I want to get ready to do this. Okay, you guys all saw the pictures of Mel and I. Oh, was Fly Natural leaving? Fly
He's
Natural.
gonna play a game, Grand Theft Auto, online with friends, but he's listening in the background.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Have fun. Anyways, you guys know that Mel and I did those videos together of the batfish, and you guys have seen some of. This is the latest video, and it's courtesy of one of the TV news stations here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it in. It's just a short clip, well, a little bit short. So, and I'm going to show you where it's at right now. And let me bring your audio in. But this this is unbelievable, and this was done with a drone. So, see, it qualifies to be on a drone channel. Although I'm not really a drone channel, but you know where that's now. It's just. I mean, look at how far that is. He said the only thing that's holding it in place now is those trees, because there's one mooring line left.
Well, it could have two. The two starboard the two
No,
starboard mooring lines probably.
they said last night there was only one. All the rest of them broke loose.
Well,
But
oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, it looks to me like it could still have two of them connected to it, but
yeah.
maybe
Well,
they
I'm
maybe
just going
they
by
know
what the
better.
guy
I don't
that
know.
that guy that let us that we talked to us out in the parking lot that we got to see out there. Uh,
Right.
well, anyways, he's been in charge of a lot of the stuff here. But look at this. That's Highway 69 over there. That's how high the river
Wow.
is to that bridge. You've been down that bridge before.
Yeah, many
Yeah.
times, yeah.
Yes. So, guys, this is Highway 69.
Now let
It's actually started receding a little bit, but we got more rain coming in, and a couple of the other rivers are rising, which the Arkansas may not rise, but we're going to have rising on the other end of town, which is back the direction he's zooming. Back over there where the power plants, you see the power plants on the upper right-hand corner. That's where I took that footage. I mean, just look at this. Well, Mel, you've been right here because there's the parking lot we flew out of that first time.
right.
And yeah, this was taken yesterday, and it has started coming down a little bit. It's down to, I think, 45.6 feet above flood. But there's more coming in out of Kansas that they had rain last night, and we're expected 3 more days of rain. Some of it heavy rain.
Okay.
But anyway, so let me bring that back over. But yeah, I hope it goes down fast in a hurry because we're getting tired of it. It's just that's just unbelievable. I mean, it's just It's like that everywhere, you know. He was in the basement, only had 3 satellites on the Inspired left controller down there, and set the bird outside. Came back downstairs, and you had 18. Okay. Yes, the Bob Casey, the power plant is still running, and you know, I showed you where those, where that, you know, on that upper left-hand corner of that video where the power plant was at, and this is over by where that was at. These are some videos that you guys probably, some of you saw these on Mel's show last night. Okay, but, this is the river. I'm using my, and this is over in that area where that, up in the upper right-hand
DJI
corner.
action cam. I'm just doing some video here.
See, right there's the power
plant. Is that your
plant.
boat? James,
And that's
which
my,
is your boat?
the
Down
little
that
bitty
one?
boat that you can barely see sticking out
Right
of the
next to
water.
the great big
Right
one?
next to the big one is my son's. Yeah.
Right beside the tug, okay?
So,
I'm going to shut this off.
yeah. But anyways, that's just, oh,
Hear
crap.
you talking over the.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My bad.
Well, that's. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. I forgot.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying mute the audio on the video because we couldn't hear you talking over the video.
Okay. What I was saying was that that was the power plant that you'd seen over in the upper left-hand corner of that last video I showed, the first video I showed. So, yeah, it's, and hello to Jack Sparky Fran. So, anyways, that's the wonderful things going
And there's
on there.
Jim Hightower, and there's Kelly Shores from
Kelly.
Ready Set Drone.
Hello,
Kelly.
I am so
We were
honored to have
just-
Kelly in here.
We're getting ready to mention a couple things, but what we got to do, Lloyd, is if you cue me up full screen,
Absolutely.
I will show them what the batfish used to look like. And you can see how far now drifted off of where it used to be moored.
Yeah, it's just,
So that's where it's at now. I mean, that's where it used to be.
right.
And then you saw in the flooding where it is now. It's all the way over to the left of that view, and it's up against and all of that.
Yeah. It's just,
So that kind of gives you an idea of where it is now versus where it should
where
be.
it was. Yeah, yeah. It's,
Yeah.
they were fortunate, and let me get back over here. They were fortunate, and they were able to get most of the stuff, all the museum stuff out. They were either got it up on high ground or got it moved to the Civic Center here in town. You know, our Civic Center. Let's see. Yeah, it was floating, and it still is. I mean, it's still floating to a point. That's what was going on, and oh yes.
Right.
Well, we got Mr. Kelly
And
Shores in here. You need
fix
to
the
talk
screen?
about that, huh?
Fix the screen, the output.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Well, you got me full screen still, right?
No.
Do
No.
you? Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Not
Okay,
as far
good,
as I
good.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You're no.
No,
you're-
you get it's good. I
Okay.
just checking on you. So anybody that hasn't signed up yet to meet up with all of us in Austin, Texas on October 19th, Spin Up 2019. Right there's the link, boys and girls, where you go get your tickets.
Well, Kelly,
You may
if
not. Well,
Yeah.
maybe by July you'll be
By
able
July.
to drive through there, Kelly.
I'm all, God, I hope. I don't want to put up with this for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. How much time do you have, Kelly? Do you have time to come on for a minute?
Thanks, Jack Sparky friend. Yeah, I've been working on it, trying to get my stream looking a little more professional. That's what Mel and I work on quite a bit when we got the time.
Yep. Control C. And okay. Okay, Kelly, you know the website to go, vmixcall.com. There's your password. And I'll see if I'm going to have to add an input.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to reduce my size and increase yours. Okay. That way.
Let's see. What do I want? A blank, Lloyd?
To add a call? Yeah, if you want to put the
Yeah,
two of you next to each other, yes. You put a blank
a
input,
blank,
put your
right? With,
camera and the call
and
both
then
in the
do,
same blank
yep,
input. Yeah.
yep, yep. So there's
Okay.
mine. And I got to scale it down like so. And over there. And I'll have to rescale these two, of course.
Right, that's what I'm doing. So that,
And we'll take that one. And as soon as he comes in, I'll be able to. Oh, wait a minute now. What did I do?
I didn't
I
do
did
it.
that on the main, so I need to do that on his. Yeah, I'll have to wait for him to come on so that I can see
Right.
it, because I can't see it until he comes into it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. But I've got
But he
mine.
said give him about 3 minutes and he'll jump on.
Okay. And what I'm going to do
So
while we're
that's
doing,
cool.
guys, this is what you're seeing us do stuff. Hey, Peter Carroll, doing stuff on the fly.
Yep. Hey, Peter, good evening. Artco, good evening. But, so, Lloyd,
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I don't know why you don't save a setup with that all in it so that we can bring a guest in.
I don't know. I hadn't thought about that until just now. Okay. Yeah, give an old man a break.
That's okay. I don't have one saved either, so.
Yeah. So yeah, really, don't give me crap now.
Why not? It's so much fun and you
Oh,
get
I know.
flustered.
I know. I know. Whoops. Well, that didn't work. Let's see. All right, now let's do this again. There we go. There we go. Now, one more thing, guys. I appreciate you hanging loose with me while I fix this, but that's not it. Where's the one? Where'd it go? Oh, no. Oh, there he is.
Okay, I see. Looks like Kelly's coming in. No, Kelly, I can't see you yet. I can tell you're there, but I can't see you.
Is that right? Shores?
Yep, Shores.
Okay, look at that. Is that not good or what? Still got your logo, but all right. There we go.
Well, this ain't working right.
What's the matter?
Let me start this over again. Uh, yeah, Kelly, I don't see your video.
Let's see. He's like a ghost, and I don't hear his audio, so Let me check Chrome preferences. Yeah, make sure you got your,
Chrome preferences. Yeah, it ought to work if you're in Chrome.
yeah. Anyways, what other great drone things are going on? Drone related stuff. You said Keith, right?
Are you still there, Lloyd?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay. You should be able to see me.
Yeah, Rick, we know we're fixing to make a change here in just a minute.
Mel, you are 80% of the screen. Yeah, yeah. You should be able to. So when you switch your screens, it should bring Kelly right on over.
So if I do a blank input,
Right?
then I go to settings, and in overlay 1, I add in
Actually,
Kelly's camera, but
no.
he's not here yet.
Okay.
I can't see him yet.
Why don't you just, on
And
the
then,
blank input, go down, click to settings instead of overlay, go to multi-position, position your camera where
well,
you want it.
yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting,
Oh, okay.
uh, but see, the thing is without being able to see Kelly's camera, I can't line anything up. You follow me? So
Looks like his,
here's your scene.
right? Okay.
All right.
I hear
Uh,
something, but I don't know what that is. Sounds
well,
like
we're
that
hearing
submarine.
something, Kelly, unless that's Lloyd
Can you hear
making
me?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Oh, now hold on. I think I figured it out here.
Okay.
It was for some reason it thought that I was using a Wirecast virtual camera, so I just switched over to my built-in camera.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'll work.
So, but I did that, and
But we're
but can you
not
can hear
get.
me though?
We can
We
hear
can
you.
hear you. We're
Yeah,
just not
yeah,
getting your video.
yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Camera. Ask before accessing. Oh, I need to add this to the allowed sites. No, I'm not even going to say ask. Ask before accessing. Yeah, so I said it should be the FaceTime camera. Let me go to one more thing here in my preferences. So how are you guys doing tonight? Lloyd, I'm
We're doing.
sorry about all the rain up there, man. That's been rough.
Oh, it's just getting old. That and sitting up all night long listening to tornado reports. And it's not just the rain. We've had
Yeah.
tornadoes. It's just been everything.
We've had a little bit of it. We've had a little bit of it down here as well.
Right,
Not as
right,
bad as you guys have had it. My first time, my kids go to summer camp in Missouri. I don't know if you knew
right.
that, but
Yeah,
so whenever I drive them up there, I drive them through Muskogee, and
right.
I always tell them that we're going through Tornado Alley,
But
and they think that's pretty cool.
it is until you're living through it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It sounds cooler than it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've set
Why
up.
why isn't it letting me? Why isn't it letting me? Yeah, for some reason my camera defaults to the Wirecast camera. Um,
Which is
Let me
not
try
turned
turning it
on,
off and
right?
back on. No, I switched over. Hey, Artco, good to see you. Hey, Rick, man, and by the way, I'm so excited. So, Lloyd, you think you might be able to make it down for spin up?
I'm
Would
sure going to
would
try.
really
I
make a lot of
really,
people's day if you did.
yeah, I would love to. I know, and it's going to depend on a couple of things. Is one is my finances, which I think will be all right in that respect. Two is what vehicle I
Sure.
take, and three, my wife's health. Because I won't leave
Yeah.
without her.
Yeah.
And but that's
No,
that's the
absolutely.
mitigating factor.
100%.
Because she's getting into the, she's in the last stages of her Parkinson's, and I mean that could last 10 years, but it's just I don't trust anybody to take
Yeah,
care of her
no,
like
that's
I do.
that's what they say, for better or for worse, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And you're there doing it. So
yeah.
I have a great deal of respect for that.
Well, I appreciate
But
that.
it would be amazing. I know Mel's going to be here. I've had actually pretty good registration so far. A lot. It's happening a lot faster than it did last year. Like a lot more people registered at this point than had at this point last year.
Well, I think we've really been
Yeah,
trying to
at this
promote
point
it
last
too.
year, a day or two after the announcement, you only had 3 or 4 of us registered.
Yep. Now it's I have uh 18 so far.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's
Wow.
good.
yeah, yep.
Okay,
Well,
well, maybe
No,
we'll have a better turnout this year.
well, you know what? The turnout last year, I have no complaints. It was all the people I wanted there, and a few people I wish could have been there, of course. But it was last year was amazing. It's a high bar that we set last year, but I really think I think this year, I think because we've done it once, I think we'll get a lot more people who didn't want to take a chance on a first time thing last year, and so I think this year we're going to have a lot more people that show up because they know it's a proven thing. But of
well,
course, hopefully I can get my technical side sorted out because I'm looking here at my camera and microphone settings. And it says Wirecast Virtual Camera. So then I go over to my Manage button and I click on Camera, and it says I switch it over to FaceTime, uh,
Well,
which is
that's.
the camera on my Mac, and
right.
you'd think it would work here, but
Did you
there we
use
go.
did you use Google Chrome to go to vmixcall.com?
I did, yes.
Then
It should have by
Wirecast,
default. Yeah, it should have
Wire
by default.
Crash, Wire
Wire
Crash
crash.
should
Yeah,
not have had anything to do with it.
yeah.
Well, it's because I use it and I have my default camera set to the virtual Wirecast camera.
Right, right.
This happens to me sometimes, like when I'm on conference calls for work. I'll have to get on a video call, but it's all good. I'm talking to you
Yeah,
guys. You
yeah.
don't need to see my ugly mug, right?
Well, we'd like to see you, Kelly, but
So,
that's okay. I'm just tickled that you would come to my show, even if all we do is have a big black screen that's representing you. Uh,
well, I'm gonna tell you, Lloyd, your show looks great. I mean, the way you're doing this picture in picture and the way you're adding all the graphics and everything, man, it's come a long way.
it has.
Well,
It's
see, we're
Go
he's
ahead,
doing
Mel.
pretty good with vmix.
No, he's doing great with it. So is Mel, are you still doing technical director for Greg?
I've not been technical director for Greg.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were. Who was run? Whose show do you run in the background?
I don't run anybody's show in the background.
What
I
he
was
was doing
putting
was,
in the chat comments, like
Oh,
if you look at it, yeah,
that's what
Lloyd's
it
got
was.
it set up so that they automatically come in.
yeah.
And if Greg wasn't using Wire Crash, he could probably make it automatically come in as well. But I don't know how Wire Crash works, so
Well,
seriously,
What's
actually,
Wirecast is a great program.
he could do it
But I
automatic.
don't know how it works with that, and he
Right.
could probably do it automatically. But he just asked me one day if I would. He asked for volunteers in one of his live streams for someone to help
Gotcha.
out with that, and and I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot, and it turned into a permanent thing. And now my work situation's a little bit different, so Lloyd took over. Then Greg lost a computer, so he couldn't do it at all. And I guess last Friday he got his computer working again, or a new computer set up to work. But Lloyd was a co-host, so yeah, it's
Oh,
been a challenge for Greg.
and the computer thing, the
I
computer
think.
story does not even end there. Uh,
Well,
Is
of course not. He uses Max.
well, no, is he still
Apple
in this? Is
fruity
he still
fruity
watching?
products.
Is he still watching, or did he bail on me? Anyways, he
I
was
I
watching.
saw him in the chat a few minutes ago, so
Yeah.
he might be.
Well, anyways, Greg, I want to tell him he's excited. He called me today because he was excited because he got this new MacBook Pro super machine with six core processor, and I mean it's the biggest bang for his buck he could get. And I said, Buck, let me let me make sure I kind of sped through that, and it sounded bad when I heard it back in my
Right,
headset.
right.
So
No, I caught it. You enunciated well.
biggest bang for his Aussie dollar, okay? And anyways, so I'm always telling people, put it on live chat so you can see everything, and I have it on top chat. So anyway, so he got it. He got his new MacBook Superbook, shipped to him, and the day it arrived, they came out with a newer, bigger, better, faster at the same
Oh, of course they
price.
did. You know, that's what they do.
So he calls
That's
them
what they
up
Oh, for
do.
the same price?
for the same price. He was ticked.
Oh my
He
God.
calls them up and he says, "So what are you guys
Yeah,
going
of
to do to
course.
make me happy?" I said, "Well, if you go ahead
Nothing?
and if you go ahead and order that one, we'll extend your return on the other one so that you can transfer all of your files straight over to the new one, and then we will take that other one back, and we'll call it fair deal, okay?" He says, "Sure." And he said, "Oh, by the way, where do we send the refund?" He goes, "What refund?" He says, "Oh, you're getting an extra 15% off buying the new one. It's cheaper." Or
Nice.
10%
Oh,
or
holy
something.
hell.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. So he
So
was really excited when he
you're saying
called
that
me.
Apple actually took care of their customer?
Yes, yes. Or the people he was dealing with,
Well, that's
whoever that
good.
shop was. But so he was calling me today. He was excited about, like, that crap never happens to me.
Well, it has now.
Yeah.
That's pretty lucky.
Yeah, he
Yeah, it's
was,
very, very fortunate.
yeah, he was very funny. It's like, but if it, you and me, Mel, or even you, Kelly, it wouldn't happen to us.
Well,
They
you
they
know,
would just say,
I
"Too
will say
bad."
that I've found, at least with tech support things like that, it's all about the way you ask and the patience that you have. You know, you got to just be patient with it, ask nice, play nice, and
Yeah,
it generally I get things to work out like that. But
You do
hey,
get
I
much
wanted
better
I wanted to ask you
with sugar
something.
than you do flies, yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's right. That's right. I wanted to ask you something, Lloyd, about like I said, I've driven through Muskogee a number of times. Are you pretty close to McAllister?
No, we're a couple hours away from McAllister.
Okay, okay. Because there's a place in McAllister that I've eaten a few times called Pete's Place. It's
Uh huh.
an Italian restaurant. Have you ever been
Right?
there?
No, never been there. I hardly ever go that far south. It's
Oh,
too close to Texas.
man, if you drive to Austin, make time to stop and eat at Pete's Place. It's Italian restaurant, one of the best Italian restaurants I've ever been to in McAllister, Oklahoma. I kid you not.
That's
I've heard
cool.
you. I've heard you talk about it, and I will definitely put that on my agenda if we drive down there.
Have I talked about it before? I'm a big
Well,
fan.
when
You
you
can tell.
co-hosted with me that one time here, when Mel first
Oh, right, right.
went on the road, and you were discussing that, yeah, and I couldn't
Just a
remember
little
the
bit
name
of
of the place.
housekeeping for a minute. Just a little
Yes,
bit of housekeeping real quick. You got your favorite boy, Matt,
yep,
Oklahoma Droners up in here. And
absolutely.
Mike Roach
Nice.
just showed up. And for those that are just coming in, we've got Kelly Shores on audio, but he can't get his camera working. So we just got Kelly Shores on audio with us.
Yeah, that's why there's
You know
that
what I
big black
might be able
screen
to do?
there,
Let me.
because and
Yeah.
that's why it
Well, I
says,
think I think Artco said earlier it's the best I've looked in years.
Blank.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll
well,
take it. I'm
Oh,
looking for my external webcam. So I don't know if you guys can tell. I have a bit of a cold at the moment. Got a little
yeah,
bit of
We couldn't tell.
lost my voice 2 days ago. It's just coming back, so the timing's good.
Oh
Hey, Mel,
man.
you said your work situation changed. What's up? Are you driving again?
No, I'm still flying out here for Precision Hawk in the Bay Area. Um,
Okay.
but it looks like the contract might be winding down in a week or two instead of next year.
Wait, when you say the Bay Area, you mean California?
Yeah, San Francisco.
Oh, geez, I didn't know you were out there.
Yeah, I've
oh
been out
yeah.
here for a couple months now, flying for a company called Precision Hawk.
Yeah, are they the ones that make? Do they make flight controllers and such?
No,
No.
they're a drone company, a pilot,
Okay.
a commercial pilot hire company. We do commercial work. We're doing
What's been
we're
the most interesting thing you've flown for? Like, what kind of job is most interesting?
well, we're flying on a fire prevention job right now, and I'm under
Wow,
NDA, so I can't talk about what we're doing while we're doing it. But
gotcha.
um, yeah, so
Okay.
that's what that's what we're doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're
he's
in a hotel room. I can tell now you're in a hotel
Yeah,
yeah,
room.
yeah,
yeah.
I've been
He's
in. Yeah, they pay for the hotel. They
Wow,
pay $55 a day for food. So
wow.
my paycheck is mine. I don't. It's not costing me anything to be here. And when I drove out here in my pickup, they reimbursed me all of my expenses to get out here.
That's fantastic. Well,
Yeah,
what? Why? Well, I guess you probably can't talk about it. No, I'd love to talk to you offline. That sounds like a great gig. And here's the thing: even if that one ends, it sounds like it's probably something. Excuse me, that would be a nice kind of feather in your cap for the next gig, right?
absolutely,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
Um,
good.
yeah, very big, very big feather. Like
So you're not back to OTR trucking.
no. That's not
No.
going to happen.
Yeah.
The the
He
the Flying Hilton Eagle, Hilton's belongs to somebody else, and you're done.
Yep, the Flying Eagle Hilton is not even the Flying Eagle Hilton anymore because his company made him take that wrap off the side of it.
Are you serious?
Yep.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well,
He was doing
all
some
right.
Mel was doing some he was hauling fifth wheels and travel trailers commercially for dealerships for a little while. That's how he made it.
Yeah,
Well,
Using
to
your pickup,
Arkansas.
right?
yeah, using my pickup, and I was getting brand new fifth wheels and travel trailers out of Goshen, Indiana area where they make them, and delivering
Okay.
them to the dealers that put them up for sale for people to buy them. So when you drive on an RV lot and there's 300 travel trailers sitting there, it's because guys like
Someone
me,
had to bring them there.
somebody had to bring them there from the manufacturer. That's right, and
Wow.
they
So
contract that work out.
if I get an MRI or I drive on a travel trailer, I've covered either of those things.
There's no telling. More likely the MRI than the travel trailer, but yeah, yep.
So So
Uh,
I don't know if you guys have heard, and I'm kind of excited about this. What is today? Today's Monday, and Happy Memorial Day to you both. I hope we're all remembering the people that gave us everything we have now, our family, our friends, our service members, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have already talked about that. But um, on Friday of this week, I am getting on an airplane for Germany.
I was going to ask you, you want to talk about your vacation coming up?
Yeah, well, I'll talk about it a little bit. So I don't know if you know this, Mel. I'm an Air Force brat, right? You
Right,
you were in the Air Force. So I grew up living in. We lived in London. We lived in Darmstadt. We lived in Wiesbaden. We lived in Augsburg, and then we lived in Kansas. So and San Antonio, actually, those places. Actually, Mel, you were stationed at Lackland, right?
I was for a little while.
So I was born in Lackland. I was
Right.
born at I was born in Wilford Hall on Lackland. My dad was stationed at Kelly at the time, and that's why he named me Kelly. Actually, a little bit of
Yep.
trivia. I
Yep.
probably told you that, but
I
anyway,
went. I went from
we lived in
Lackland to
Germany.
Wichita Falls to Shepherd Air Force
Okay,
Base, and then I went from
what
there to
what
Little
what
Rock.
what years were you in?
I was active duty in Little Rock, so I had all my training and everything done. 79, because when Reagan took office, the Iran Contra hostage situation was going on over there in the desert, and our base went on alert the moment that Reagan took the oath of presidential
Huh.
office. And yeah, I almost went to that. I almost went to the desert
So
that day.
so you're about 10 years younger than my dad. My dad was
I'm 59. I'll be 60 in October.
oh, you're a little more than 10 years younger, but he was in from 67 to 75.
Oh, okay. So he probably
So
saw
so
the Vietnam era then, the late 60s.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was in during Vietnam. So anyway, we lived in Germany for part of that time, and I speak a bit of German. I've made my kids take it in school, and we're gonna go and basically travel from Berlin to Dresden. We're going to spend about a week in Berlin, a week in Dresden, and then we're going down to Munich for a week and a half, and then we'll come back. But it's a trip I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm very excited about it. I've been to
That's
Germany lots of times, but to take the family is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
that's going to be awesome.
That is
That's going to be a
awesome.
great trip.
But you know what's funny, guys? I have found because we went to Norway a couple of years ago. I talk about that a lot. I just went to Italy for work. I found that my videos about places like that don't do that well. Like people don't seem as interested in kind of that beautiful travel footage as they are in reviews and I like this, I don't like that. So I've come up with a few ideas. And Mel, actually, it's funny. You made me think of. You actually gave me this idea without knowing it. You posted that video the other day of the time lapse using your Osmo Pocket, right?
Right?
Um, so and I posted back, and I hope I didn't sound like a know-it-all because I wasn't trying to, but I said you should really program it to move when it does the time lapse because that's where the magic is.
Well, that's
Um,
the first time I ever did it, and it was in the back parking lot at the hotel. And I had to zoom
oh,
that
okay,
video in 180% to even get above the buildings and get the clouds in the shot to be the topic of the shot. So
gotcha.
wouldn't have
Those
been
are
a good
nice
place
looking
to do it.
clouds. The clouds look cool. Well, what I'm one of the things I'm going to do. I'm bringing my Osmo Pocket, and I'm going to bring the Osmo Action, and I'm going to do a comparison of the two, and talk about like what you would use each of those cameras for. What's the application for the Action versus the Pocket,
Are
and
you having
like
trouble with the pocket? I mean, the action? Are you having trouble with
um,
moisture in the front
so
screen or
so
anything?
I got it. I did not get a pre. By the way, I was not on the nice list. I must have been on the naughty list with DJI because I didn't get one from them. I
Bummer.
ordered one, paid for it, and it arrived about 2 weeks ago. And I just actually downloaded the firmware updates and everything today. I haven't
Ah,
used it really. So
okay.
so my plan is to use it in Germany, and instead of like talking about beautiful German footage, I'm going to take beautiful footage of Germany, but I'm going to use the Osmo Pocket and I'm going to use the Osmo Action and do a comparison in Germany. That's my plan
Okay.
is to kind of
Yeah.
kind of turn it into more of a comparison
Do you
video
have a
with Germany.
do you have a handheld gimbal that you can put the action in with the counterbalance for the phone and all that, like you would put a phone in it, like a Osmo Mobile or
Um,
a Zhiyun Smooth Q or anything?
no, I had an Osmo Mobile, but I don't anymore. I don't.
Do
Why?
you do well? Do you want one? I can loan you a Smooth Q to take with you if you want.
No, actually, I appreciate that, but I don't because I want to compare the Rocksteady to I want to compare the Rocksteady functionality to the gimbal, right? Because the Rocksteady, that's what they call
Right.
the
That's
Right.
visual
Yeah.
stabilization. It's supposed to be as good as a gimbal, so that's kind of I don't want to
it's
use a gimbal with it.
it's not as good as a gimbal, but it's almost as good as a gimbal.
Right.
Right. No, and I realize that, but I want to test that in real world against. So a ton of people
Sure.
have done comparisons of the Osmo Action against the GoPro
GoPro.
7,
Right.
but no, I haven't seen any comparisons of it against the Osmo Pocket. I haven't seen any, zero. So that's and maybe now everybody's going to be doing one
Now
after I
everybody's
say
going to
this,
be
but
doing it because
that's my idea.
Kelly, I think your secret's safe. You are on the Grumpy Vlogger live stream, so it's not like it's not like I've got
All right.
10,000
Well, I know you
subscribers.
guys out there, Artco, Mel, Rick. Come on, guys, save that. No,
Yeah, but
it's fine. I mean, other
I
people want
don't
to do it, but
I don't have the action, and I have no intention at this moment of buying one, so you're safe, Kelly.
all right.
Yeah.
Although the
Well,
other day when I was in Best Buy on release day, if they'd have had it, I'd have bought it.
you know,
But
I think if you already own a GoPro, it's probably not worth it's probably not worth they're very similar cameras, the GoPro. But the other really cool thing I'm going to do, and actually I'm hoping to do this tomorrow if I have time after work. I've got my Phantom One. It is sitting. It is. I wish I could. My camera was working. I'd show it to you. It's sitting on the desk over next to me, charging right now. My Phantom with no gimbal. I'm going to put the Osmo Action on the Phantom One and like do a video about the latest DJI product with the one of the first DJI products.
there
I
you
think that'll
go.
be fun.
That
Now
is
you're
an
cooking with gas.
Yeah. Now that is an excellent yeah, an excellent idea. Yeah. You know the
Yeah,
thing.
no, I did a video with the Phantom One and the Hero 7, but I'd like to see like a full DJI rig. And do you really need a gimbal on your drone anymore? Or can you get away using the image stabilization? By the way, Rick Halber mentioned about going to Dresden. I've never been to Dresden, Rick, and I'm very excited about that. Rick Halber, by the way, has already signed up for Spin Up, and I'm excited to see him there. And Rick also has his icon for his YouTube channel is Neuschwanstein, which is it's the Disney castle is what everybody calls it. We're going there too.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. Okay. Oh,
Cool.
Have
yeah,
either of you
yeah.
guys been to Germany?
Nope, I've never been there. I've been to some places, but Germany is, I don't know, we slid past that one, you know. Most of the places I went to were hot or and humid. And what are you laughing at?
No, I've never been to Germany, Kelly, but Micro Studio says Phantom One. Isn't that hanging next to the right flyer?
It is. It is. Orville and Wilbur flew the Phantom One back in Kitty Hawk, 1903, I think, maybe 2003. Actually, it was 2013, I think. So yeah, that's a good one.
Yes,
Yeah, that's cool.
I did it. Right, interactive DNA. Nay, yes, I did ask you about vMix. You know, if you could do some of that stuff with vMix that you were doing. I was watching your live stream today. Yeah, that was me. So, yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
Lloyd,
So
yeah,
that's
what are you doing to pull up the chat down in the bottom of the screen? Is that through vMix as well?
yeah. That's just as part of this. They've got a thing called the social, which is basically sort of what. Sort of like the board that Greg uses, and it's just part of it. And then all I do is add in an XL titler. It's like one of these, except it's for the social aspect. And I click on it. I can, if I was simulcasting this, let's say to Facebook, which I could do, I could put both the Facebook and the chats from YouTube on here at the same time, and they just kind of intermix. But yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a nice
awesome.
setup.
No,
It's
the stream looks great. Aside from the fact that I can't make my camera work, everything else looks fantastic.
yeah, yeah. And you would have been scaled down in size.
You're a couple of good-looking dudes.
Well, I don't know about that. That's, but yeah.
Hey, I got a question for Mel. Mel, have you ever been asked to play Santa Claus at Christmas?
Nope.
You could pull it off, man.
Yeah. I
Well, you
probably
put a few
got
pounds on, but
Didn't
I
have the
probably got the
personality.
right kind of glasses too, because I got a little set of them little small reader type glasses. They're prescription, but yeah.
oh, hey Mel, I got to tell you one other thing. Actually, you gave me a little leather pouch. You gave me a little leather pouch to put
I
my
did. I sent it back with the controller. Yes.
yeah. So I had the controller in that case. You remember it was that kind of hard
Right.
shell case,
Right.
and I spent a lot of today actually packing for the trip, and that case just was taking up too much space. So the only thing that's going with the controller, I'm taking my Mavic 2. The only thing that's going with the controller is your leather pouch.
Well,
So I
it's
appreciate
your
it.
leather pouch now, so it just
Well,
seemed to
yeah,
fit that controller perfectly. So I thought,
it was perfect. Yeah,
I'm going to show a little
I
gratitude
got
for
so
letting
good.
him
I've got some,
yeah. So that was all that was.
Was
So
that
I
the
cool.
got
I'm
some
glad it's
spare
controller?
props
useful.
in the back of it.
Was that the controller that
It's
took the,
the smart controller.
yeah, that took the trip to the south?
Oh yeah, it's the one that went on vacation
Yeah,
after Mel
for
sent it back to me in 2 weeks to get
Good
here.
Lord,
yeah,
yeah, that
like
was.
2 weeks or 3 weeks. That was nuts.
Yeah. Well, you were a trooper to see it through, man. You kept me informed, and I have to say too, I'm actually always amazed by the Postal Service that they get it right as often as they do. I know they get it wrong sometimes, but I mean,
Well,
it's
even that
chaos.
that was my fault to start with, but they knew where it was going. I mean, they knew they could have delivered it anyway, but they chose not to.
Well,
But
here's the funny thing. It was actually on the truck. It was on the truck with our delivery driver several times, and every time he brought it back to the post office because I went there and they said, "Oh yeah, I got the truck with Bob." And I was like, "Okay, come
but the
on, Bob."
tracking number said it was in Mississippi when they told you that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, I got it. I
it
got it.
went it went everywhere but your house for a long damn while, and that's all I know.
I know. He
And
was,
I got your
Ke-
leather pouch, so I'm taking it to Germany with me.
yeah, well, Kelly, he was calling
Cool.
me and saying, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Man, he says, he was in a panic about this thing. It was driving him nuts. He did
No,
feel
I
bad.
told Mel. I told Mel it was, it was a little bit distressing, but I wasn't really wrapped around the axle. And I appreciate Mel. I appreciate that you really did, Mel. So what happened is after I was done with the smart controller, I sent it to Mel to use for a couple of weeks, and he did some videos, some really good videos about it, and sent it back to me. And then he had left one number off the address. So basically, it was the wrong address. It was the right street, but just the wrong number, and chaos ensued.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
thing is the postal carrier. Now, see, like my postal carrier, like Kelly, if you left one number onto my address sending something to me, my postal carrier would just deliver it to me because they know my name, they know where I live.
Same
But
here in
anyway,
Muskogee. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have a regular postal carrier,
Well,
you think they would know, but who knows?
I'll tell you who does know my name, and I talk to all the time is my DHL driver because I get so much crap from China
Right,
that
right.
the DHL driver is constantly. His name is Ken. He actually owns a Unique. Like we've
oh
talked about
wow,
that before.
yeah.
And he'll come up, and sometimes anytime it requires a signature, he knows it's something special, and he's like, what's in there? I'm like, I can't tell you.
Yeah. But well, Kelly,
Anyway,
I do
guys, well,
appreciate.
my wife has been waiting on me to go eat dinner with her. It was good chatting with you. Thanks for all you do. And Lloyd, anything I can do to help you get down to Austin, let me know because I would love to have you here.
Well, I'm I'm working on it right now, and I'll let you know. I'll get in touch with you if I if I need to. And yeah,
But
everybody, don't forget spin up.
I admire the fact that you got your priorities straight with taking care of your wife and all that.
Yeah.
But if there's a way to make it work, that not only myself and Mel, but there's a lot of people that would certainly pitch in to help you if it can happen.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
I know. There's a. I That's the wonderful thing about this particular family we all belong to right now. Is we're just a great bunch of people, and I'm honored to be part of it. Even though I'm just a vlogger.
Oh, I agree. And there's nothing like
With my
meeting
drone
everybody
sitting
in
there.
person for the first time. I mean,
Yeah.
I've met Mel a few times now, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of people I hadn't met before.
Oh, I
Yeah.
look forward
Yeah.
to meeting
It's
you,
a lot of
Kelly.
fun just to meet up with people.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
All right, guys.
Because
We'll have a great. I'm gonna add one more. I'm gonna add one more link into the chat for dronespinup.com. So the easiest way to remember it is just dronespinup.com if you're interested in coming. And if you have any questions, there's a link there to email me or just email Kelly at readysetdrone.com. And I will next time I chat with you guys, I'll be probably chatting from Germany. So
All right.
I'll
That'll be
drink a
way
beer
cool.
and eat a for you.
I look
Okay.
forward to it, Kelly. Thank you so much for coming into the
Well,
show. I
thanks.
appreciate
Okay,
it.
guys.
Thanks, Kelly.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
And
You
Bob
too.
Casey, the date is October 19th, 2019.
Okay, you should be
And
able
with
to.
that, you're an hour and 15.
Okay, well, go back to your full screen, and I'll go back to. I'll try and adjust mine a little bit.
Well,
If you
see
remember
if I
how.
can find it here. How does that look? We'll make it do that.
That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
Enough for now.
Yeah, that's good enough for now. Oops.
You need to if you want to. But anyway,
Yeah.
you're fixing to start the timer anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, as a matter of fact, because we've run over, and I'll get this all straight. What I'm going to do is I am going to save a copy of this. So,
They set up.
yeah, I set up to interactive DNA. Normally, it's not this discombobulated, but we were bringing Kelly in on his vMix over there on Mel's, and so I tried to adjust it where he had more screen space. He didn't get to adjust Kelly's screen because he couldn't get his video to working, but we appreciate Kelly
Yeah,
coming in.
Kelly never got his camera working. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get his camera working. So, with that said and done, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and set the timer on. And Mel, as always, thank you for joining me, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys that showed up tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. That does mean something to me. I really appreciate it.
There you go. That's right. Hit that thumbs up, guys.
What was that? I just saw that
And
pop up.
T-Bird. T-Bird. Yes, the show will start over in about 30 minutes. You'll be able to watch the start over replay on
Right.
YouTube.
Yeah. Because we have run an hour and 15, and I'm going to go ahead and start. And I want to thank everybody for taking time out of your Memorial Day weekend. Those here in the States, don't forget what it's about. I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll be back on at the end to just say my final goodbyes. And this was a fun show. I wasn't sure where it was going. And again, Jody, I apologize for hitting that button just as Mel was telling me. That's going to bug me for a week now. That was just.
I think Cody ought to bug you for a week about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
I'll say good night, Lloyd.
Good night, Mel. And you, let me see if I can get this going here. All right. And I'm going to mute our mics, and off we go. Again, I want to thank everyone who showed up for my show tonight, and thank everyone for remembering what today was about. So, guys, thank you. I am the Grumpy Vlogger. I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.